I had a schedule like that, if I had a thing where I allowed myself to do something that I'm not allowed to do for like a week, I'd be like, okay, one more day, just one more day. It's not bad. It's just one more day. And then, maybe I'd go back to it for a little bit and then I'd be like, oh, just another one, just here and there, just one day. And then eventually I'm going to lose my routine. And then I feel like a lot of people have that kind of issue. A lot of people have that issue with discipline. It's like, oh, just one more. Like, for example, in the morning, instead of like clicking snooze, because a lot of people, like, you wake up, you're tired, you just go over and click snooze and you're back to bed. It's like, oh man, just 9 more minutes, please. you know. But to combat that, I moved my alarm to the other side of the room. So I have to get up to go turn my alarm off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't go and click snooze, because if you, at least for me anyway, you're clearly a different breed. You can handle that. But I like, if I start getting the idea that I can just do one more thing and it's like, oh yeah, this thing that feels good, and I'm just gonna want to do it more. And I feel like a lot of people are like that, and that's why it's hard to stay disciplined, because you you let yourself do this thing once in a while, and then you gradually make it more and more, and then it's just, you're back to how you were before. So it's like my roommate, for example, um, getting up early, uh, it's hard, and it's hard for a lot of people. Like, I remember one day this week. I mean, he doesn't miss class or anything. Yeah. He manages it, which I don't know how. I wouldn't be able to manage it. I'd end up sleeping through class. So he's good that way. He's figured it out somehow. But like, he told me he like woke up at like 7:47 and then like hit snooze or something, and then like woke up again at like 7:52 and was like, oh shit, I gotta get up and go. I was like, yeah, man, if I would I wouldn't be able to manage that every day, because you just keep clicking snooze sometimes, because you want to sleep, it feels good. I understand that, and I feel like that's why a lot of people have a hard time doing, like, staying consistent with stuff, because they let themselves do that thing, except for you. You have, yeah,
First of all, I wouldn't say I'm a different breed because I struggle with that as well. But I will say that like this notion of just one more, you did remind me of that because I think I used to feel that a lot. But I am grateful that I think it's gone away with time. And if I think back to like why it's gone away, like I don't have a clear-cut answer, but I think the first thing that comes to mind is that first, I think you'll feel bad if you fail in your routine, right? Like if you hit snooze and you wake up at like 6 instead of 5:30, whatever, right? I mean, obviously that's not that big of a deal, but like you will be kind of disappointed if you have been waking up at 5:45 every day or 5:30 every day, like missing up a little bit or like taking a warm shower one day. And I think you do get like sort of a negative feeling when you mess up, but usually it happens like after you indulge in it. I think the big change has been that for some reason, like I've I've kind of felt that feeling like, even before I'm about to do it, that I know that I'm about to feel like shit,
yeah,
right? That like if I tell myself, okay, let's take a or let's, I wouldn't even say take a warm shower. I'll just say like skip a cold shower this morning and like shower later. I think for me, like cold showers in the morning are the hardest thing, and that's what's been keeping me kind of lazy in the morning these days. Like the fact that I don't want to get up and take the cold shower first thing in the morning. But it's like I can like picture how bad I will feel if I don't do it, And I don't. Maybe a lot of people don't have that. Maybe it's good for them because it can be pretty bad for like your mental state if you're, I mean, that hard on yourself or whatever. But I can kind of picture that if I don't do it, I'll start telling myself a story about who I am, and I'll start like feeling like shit, and then usually like that feeling enough is enough for me to just go and do the thing. Right.
yeah. I feel you. It's like you gotta do it because it sucks. Like, you have to do it because it sucks, and yeah, it sucks, but you got to do it to stay consistent with a thing. And like, life is gonna suck. And honestly, doing things that suck, like, it makes other things seem easier. Like cold showers, wrestling practice. Wrestling practice sucks. But like, then, you go to, I used to not like my history class because, my teacher, like, I don't participate that much, but like, and I like my teacher, like he's a good teacher, but like, he calls on me, like he makes me participate. But it's like, if I can deal with wrestling practice, I can deal with participating in class. Like, it's not that bad. So when you do things that suck, it makes other stuff like more fun. It makes other stuff seem easier. It's like kind of like that acceleration that is happiness, I guess, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love that concept a lot. And I think one of the biggest changes I've seen is that like I think there's different levels of things that discomfort you, right? Let's say from a level of 1 to 10. if you have no discomfort in your life, even the level one discomforts will feel like level 10 discomforts, right? Which is why, like, if you look at me, like in middle school, going about my day, I feel like shit all the time because little things would bother me, right? I was bothered by like little things here and there, here and there, here and there. But the second you put like a level six discomfort in my life, like a wrestling practice, all of these ones kind of go away, right? And you can kind of go to class like feeling pretty good, right? Looking around and like feeling more grateful and feeling good. But for me, feeling good in life on a just day-to-day basis, like walking around and enjoying life, I can't feel that unless I'm wrestling. Because if I was looking at last season, that's when I first really felt it. Last wrestling season, I felt pretty good. Wrestling and everything, pushing myself hard. I pushed myself like, at such a high discomfort level that like all the miniature things that would bother me kind of go away. Season ends and those things start to crawl back in, and I'm not feeling as great all the time. And then I think about a month or two after season ends, I decided to keep wrestling by going to elite, and instantly my life's back to feeling how it was. A whole summer I can look back. I didn't wrestle the whole summer, but and those things started to creep up back again. Fall term wrestling again, everything's gone. Which is amazing, right? Like how, as you mentioned, that the wrestling practice that you're engaging in is making like things in your life not seem that bad anymore. Like I think in the same way, all these like miniature things that bother you on a daily basis just go away when you experience that discomfort.
Yeah, so it's like so I started doing like cold showers and stuff before the wrestling season started. So and football practice, um, it wasn't as hard as wrestling practice. And then as soon as wrestling practice came around, it was like it's just a slap in the face. Like, oh my God, this sucks. This is right after football season. And I still haven't fully recovered from my injuries from football because it's like immediately after. And, you know, I'm practicing against big 270 man, big grizzly bear. And it's it's hard. And I remember like taking cold showers in the wrestling locker room, and I'm like, this sucks, man. I don't want to take a cold shower. But I know like if I stop taking a cold shower, I'm like, what are you weak? What, you can't handle a cold shower? But then it's like it makes other things easier. And it's incremental change too. It's like you can't just throw all this stuff out at once. You can't start waking up at 5:45, start taking cold showers, start going hard at wrestling practice. You got to do it incrementally. So you got to, one day, try waking up at 5:45 for a week. You get used to it. Then you wake up at 5:45 for a week. And you know, then you start taking cold showers. And it's like, okay, this sucks. Get used to it. And then, you start doing wrestling practices. And that was hard to stick with it, but I managed to do it. Yeah, you got to do it incrementally. Otherwise it's going to be too much. You can't manage it if you pile it all on at once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. If you enjoy that segment with Brock Schaubel, then you're going to love the full 1 hour length podcast that I recorded with him. It's going to be released this Sunday at noon EST, so make sure you hit the link in the description so that you're the first one to see it. Plus, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.